Hello everybody, welcome. We had some audio issues. I had to restart the stream and hopefully it sounds okay and looks okay now. As it's going to be the Fallout Major All-Stars. I've had to change computers and tweak a few things here for my lonely Valentine's Day cast. This draft mostly underway, guys, do apologize, but there was some crazy stuff awaiting me when I woke up to cast this series. It's going to be fire versus wheel. I'm just going to fill up my cup and then I'll be right back as this draft ends. Do apologize, guys. Been running around for the last hour. Okay, now that we're a bit more settled, hopefully everything looks okay on the stream. I'll do what I can to tweak things here. Yeah, had to switch away from the main setup because there were some sound issues which were causing problems. Oh, there we go. But yeah, okay. Wouldn't be a Valentine's Day stream without something going on, but we're gonna get things underway. Hold on, I guess I don't have any videos on here, so alright, we're gonna be right back. Alright, welcome everybody to the Fallout Northern American Qualifier. So the Dota Major All-Stars. It's Team Fire up against Wheel Wreck While Whistling, or as I call them, Team Wheel. Playing over on the Radiant side. This is a best of 3 in the America qualifiers. One team is going to attend the $100,000 Malaysia Land Finals. The loser of this knocked out with single elimination. And we're going to see which of these teams advances to the next round. There's 8 American teams, some upcoming American teams who are looking to prove themselves here in the Major All-Stars. We've got Brax captaining the Team Fire squad with a bit of a new roster, a bit of a new twist here. We've got Brax, Fluff and Stuff Demon, the stand-in, which is Arima Kusei. I'm not sure exactly if that's Seb or not. Seb, or effing mad, has been playing a bit, standing in for this team as well. Not sure if that's him on his account, but people and their names they use these days, I guess. And you've got Ush, of course. And the Radiant side, we've got Drip Drip, Talera, Relic, Fan of Swain, and Sleazel playing for the Will team. So, we're going to see what the teams come out with. It's a Medusa last pick. Oh, whoa. Medusa with the Naga Siren. They're going full slithery snakes here. I saw the Naga Siren. I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. And the Medusa pick. Not normally two heroes you see used in tandem too much. And, well, it's going to be a support Naga Siren based on this last pick, Medusa, with the Jug already picked up kind of as your safe lane farmer. I looked at this like, okay, Jug goes safe lane, Naga goes mid. But it looks like they don't want to run the core Naga Siren. Against the Wisp Tiny, I mean they picked it already. It's doable. Especially because it's very hard to get caught out when you can send your illusions around. But we're going to see what they come out with. So it's going to be Relic playing the Medusa. Normally the solo mid player for his teams and past teams. Brack's going to be on the Queen of Pain. Wait until things load in to fully introduce our teams here. And see what exactly they come out with. So on the Radiant side, it is Team Wheel with Talera. Going to be playing the Tidehunter. Hold on a second. Let me make sure my Dota TV audio is working. Oh, sorry about that. Those in Dota TV, we're back. We're in Dota TV. Here we go. As we do have a smoke going out here. As there we go. All my settings are good. So it's going to be Team Will, Sleazel playing the Juggernaut, Talera on the Tide, and the Fan of Swain on the Naga Siren, Drip on the Vengeful Spirit, Relic playing your Medusa for the Die team. It's going to be Brax on the Queen of Pain, Fluff and Stuff on the EO, Ush playing the Tiny. You've got Lion in the hands of Arima Kusai, and finally in the offlane, Demon. Mr. Bat Rider, one of his signatures, are going to run right into Ush here. They get the gush, they get the ensnare, and Sleazel with the Blaze Fury should be able to secure Fierce Blood. Nothing the Wisp can do about this one, and Relic even gets the last. It's a bit sloppy as far as positioning goes when you go into that, when you're looking to defend your own jungle. Not exactly the most unheard of move there to come invade the enemy jungle early on, and Ush was just caught completely unawares. This Wisp is looking to get that fast bottle up, has 625 gold. Chances of getting a bounty rune right now, maybe at the top rune. It looks like, okay, nope, they're going to come back. Team Will want to secure this one. They're bringing in friends. After you give the bounty rune at level 1 to the Whistle, you can get that level 1 bottle. And looks like they are going to be able to secure it with Brax as well as the Lion in the neighborhood. So Fluff will take the bounty rune. That'll get his bottle, which he can use to help him out in the mid lane. It didn't hurt Ush too much as far as giving up the first blood. He's spent all his money, got back for the creep block, but what it does do is help out mid lane Medusa. Mid lane Medusa already with 440 gold. Gonna have a very fast bottle or boots depending on which direction you want to go for this Medusa. So we'll see this Wistiny mid against Medusa. Not classic for Wistiny. In top lane it will be your Tide Hunter. There's Talera going to be up in the off lane against a Lion Queen of Pain lane. Batrunner bottom lane, going to be a bit careful here. Demon has got the Firefly. We'll use it right away. Fan of Soin as well as Derp looking to zone him out of it here. Sleazel pokes forward. Doesn't actually have mana. This new Blade Fury, level 1, 120 mana cost. Makes life a bit more difficult in the laning stage. It's basically just going with that one value point in your Blade Fury. Something we also see is the level 1 point of Magic Missile. Normally if you just look to zone out, you go for the Wave of Terror, but of course they did get the first blood, which is where leveling up that Magic Missile was more than worth it in the enemy jungle. So Demon should be okay here. Also, there's no mana currently for Magic Missile. They now have the Blade Fury, have the Magic Missile in a couple seconds, so they'll have both those nukes as well the lane being pulled back here by the Naga Siren. So pretty standard stuff here from the get-go for Team Will. Looking at the kind of big picture of things here, they're going to be looking to get the Jug some early farm here. They can transition one of their supports into a bit more of a core if they want as well. With the Jug able to kind of go into that jungle once he gets that Mask of Death plus Quelling Blade, whatever it may be. He can jungle pretty efficiently. He can give some farm to the Naga, but unlikely we see any kind of full position Naga where you're getting a lot of farm, getting your Radiance up or anything along those lines. But looks like Demon, having hit level 2, is going to immediately rotate back to the jungle. Unfortunately, won't be there for the 152 pull here. Relic wants to go for the top room, Fluff and stuff. Be careful here, the Avalanche comes out and Fluff will secure it and then also have the tether out to escape back to Ush. It takes a bit of damage to do so, but ultimately, probably worth it. Yeah, Ush is actually going to go and get a bit more aggressive here. Relic out of bottle charges, the direct toss up, and there's an Avalanche in a couple of seconds. This looks like a kill. Relic has no escape and he'll be brought down there. They tried to contest the room with the Tide Hunter, but Fluff and Ush, well, they take advantage of that Medusa, who's pretty weak at just level 3. Doesn't have any points in the mana shield. Just 2 Mystic Snake and important stats. Nothing wrong with this build by any means, but just kind of adds to the Medusa's squishiness here in this lane. Derp going to now offer some support in the mid lane, which is where Demon probably would love to get back to that off lane. Both supports have completely abandoned ship. You've got here Naga, who's kind of stacking the jungle. You eventually went to the mid lane to support, and yet Demon will TP back down here. Working on a Tranquil Boots for himself. Not exactly easy to lane against this Jug, especially once the Phase Boots come out. Sleazel immediately just going to get aggressive, which is zone Demon out. Not too much will come of that one. Will come of something is top lane, the Lion and Queen of Pain. Team up and managed to bring down old Tide Hunter. Brax will be pretty happy with that kill. He's got 1916 CS. Top of the last hit shots with all those denies of his, although on par for farm with the Juggernaut, who's complementing his free farm with some free farm of his own down bottom lane. Stand mid, gonna now start leveling up the mana shield. Just the 1 point in stats and get pretty handy, I'd say. Just early on, that level 1 mana shield maybe not offering the most here, but could be some regrets after he did end up going down. But I imagine we'll see kind of Mystic Snake and mana shield leveled up kind of in tandem at this point. Sometimes you see Mystic Snake stopped at level 2, level 3 and not maxed out, based on wanting to get your farm on with your mana shield to split shot. But see Tide and Naga both secure runes here. Fluff was not at one of them. He does have a full bottle though, so this is not ultimately too much of a problem. It's not like he needed to refill the bottle to help out mid lane. Unfortunately for Fluff, he's got very little stacks to work with, as they did block these camps off earlier on, although he hasn't scouted that it's been unblocked. He may do so now. What's the plan going to be? Him and Lion, both with smokes here. It looks like mid lane. Ush in trouble. He's lost his Wisp and he's going to lose his life. 4-wheel heroes. Genki or Tiny. And that's where it's like, hey, Wisp, buddy, what's going on? Fluff and Lion are going to smoke up here, but I mean, that's in theory a 2v4 if they go mid, although right now it looks like the Radiant team are going to disperse. Tolera on the Tide goes to one camp, Thanason goes to another, and Derp going to linger around this mid lane as Tiny will TP back in, and maybe that's going to be go time for these two supports as they are smoked up. And this looks like a potential initiation of the Relic, who is bottle crowing. He's got Hero Sing behind him, but he's got no defensive capabilities. Avalanche into a toss, into an Impale. Oh. Everything comes out, and Medusa gets taken down. And Ush finds himself getting killed, and then once again, it's kind of like last time, he gets killed, and then he gets retaliation kill. He's now 1-2-1. Fluff 0-0-2 is trying to look to work on that level 6, and also wants to start working on some stacks for this Tiny when possible. That top lane Brax is having a fantastic time. 2 Sages, Master himself is going to just go for that Orchid Rush. And Queen of Pain, about to level 6, so may see something like a TP score picked up so he can offer assistance to other lanes with that Sonic Wave when possible. For now it looks like another rotation towards mid lane. But Tiny wants to get aggressive, has a toss in a couple of seconds, will be forced back though. Fluff is going to heal like his life depends on it, but unfortunately out of bottle charges will be enough to keep him alive. May go for this rune now. At top, it's going to be taken by Fan of Soy. It is rune denied from your Wisp. Now it's going to be bottom lane. Fluff and Ush can go down there. Will they risk it, though? Fluff completely empty, and Ush, well, he may go back home with Fluff at this rate. It looks like that's going to be the plan as mid lane gets vacated. They'll tether up. This is, I mean, what other way to spend Valentine's Day than it's like tethered to your buddy. You know, Fluff and Ush are doing their own thing here. It's Valentine's Day, and this is what you should be doing with your loved one on Valentine's Day. Playing Wisp plus Tiny. I think Fluff may be careful because Ush, I'm pretty sure, is underage. I've seen that baby face. That guy is, I don't even know if he's 18. So TP back in mid. Ush will be working on just some basic early game items, the treads. See if he goes for stop off on the drums on the way to the Ag Scepter. He's going to get Wisp once again, TPing back into offer support. So, not far from the Tiny, as per usual. So mid lane, once again, a lot of Radiant heroes here. They want to stay grouped up and together as well. There's also want to offer some protection to this Medusa, who now does have, well, no second point in mana shield just yet. The third point in Mystic Snake comes out. Don't normally see the Stone Gaze leveled up at level 6, but maybe something worth considering with the amount of aggression coming his way. The other problem for the Tiny is no stacks will be available, as Demon's going to be the one taking the jungle. He's got 1k gold, Crystal Boots, level 6. And without those jungle stacks available, makes Tiny's kind of catch-up farm much more limited in this game. Bottom lane, Sleazel is going to be going for the Phase Boot, Dacola, Falling Blade, fairly standard from him. Probably goes into the Mask of Madness after this. 2 points in the Healing Ward, 1 in the Blade Dance. This is one of those things, everyone has their own jug build. And every game it's like slightly different. There's no like real go-to best jug build. We had people doing the 1-1-1 with stats. This is like a 1-2-1 with stats. Those teams will trade their towers. Jug gets a solo tower. It does take 3 fire heroes up top, so a bit more committed, but Jug gets a lot harder to deal with Omni Slash now available. This is not a hero that you can just send one person down to defend the tower against. If you want to defend that tower bottom lane, you've got to send 2-3 fire heroes and be willing to really commit to it. So I think the better move was going for that trade. These things pretty even here in the early game. I think the slight edge going, well, Fire's way as far as the overall farm goes. 8.5 minutes in. And the Queen of Pain, free farming, kind of complementing the Jug's free farm. Medusa on the Radiant side, though, holding her own against that Wisp Tiny. That's the one kind of concern for Fire, perhaps, is that this Wisp Tiny hasn't really worked out as well as they would have hoped for. Hush now level 7, and Wisp not quite level 6. Still has a full level to go, which is going to be where Fluff can offer to put in a bit more pressure around the map. He can kind of farm with the Tiny and then be ready to kind of go ganking with a Bat Rider or a Lion or whoever it may be. See Queen of Pain swing towards the mid lane, has the 1 assist on that Tidehunter kill at top, but hasn't been all too active here. Not that you need to be as a Queen of Pain here. I think this is a hero that you can get a lot of good farm on, and having a fast Orchid this game could be very, very potent, and that's exactly what Brax is working on. He's got most of the second Oblivion stuff, and he's going to have something like an 11-12 minute Orchid at this rate. There we go, second Oblivion stuff, back at base, and just needs the recipe. Uh-oh. Tried to dodge the Mystic Snake. unsuccessful, but not the end of the world for him. So top lane, she's going to take over the safe lane farm. He's the guy you want getting your farm on. More important than the Queen of Pain. At this point, Queen of Pain can farm in much more risky, dangerous positions. Not that mid is particularly dangerous, but having the blink escape, they haven't got the best lockdown for actually killing off a Queen of Pain here. And unless they can somehow hit an ensnare and then look to chain stun it with a magic missile or a Tide Ravage or something. And Tide not even level 6 yet, so we'll see Talera taking over the safe lane farm on the Radiant side. Looking to get that level 6, looking to get some arcane boots. Maybe just hold on a second. 1800 gold, looking for a straight blink dagger buy. I can't think of any other reason. You could go back for the arcane boots or a mech, but normally you'd be buying some of these pieces along the way, so. Demon now invised up in the mid lane, goes on Relic, has the lasso, and it's a Sonic Wave. There's no Magic Shield or Stone Gaze available as far as actually being able to get it off. Nice gank, they burst it down fast, and the Song of the Siren gets wasted as well. That's a 3-minute cooldown. It begins. Yeah, scout out the Ancient stack as well. As Floss puts down a pretty southward observer. I like this ward here. He's going to block the camp with his sentry and have vision for when they go for this with this observer ward. He's all the way up here, and not something that's going to be easy to de-ward. A very uncommon ward spot. Normally gets sentry right here and expect to de-ward that. Omni Slash at top lane. Oh, Sleazel gets a kill on the Tiny as Queen of Pain blinks in, gets the counter kill on Brat. He's going to wreak havoc here. He kills the healing ward, looking for a second. As a scream in a couple of seconds. May not even need it. One more right click from the line, and they get 2 more. At top, Orchid as well, 600 gold on Brax. That's just 11 minutes in. He is massive. This Tiny may be struggling, but you got a Queen of Pain to make up for it. Brax will fly that one out. Tide now picks up the Blink Dagger, so we have got Blink Ravage available for Team Wheel, but things are not going so well as far as the big picture for them, it feels like. With Batrider on track to get a good Blink timing at the same time as the Tide. And just a bit more of a tempo control compared to the Tide. Tide, if you can force some big team fights around this, you're going to look good. But right now, it feels like they want Medusa to keep farming. Jug, I guess, in theory, can look to fight around this, although his Omni Slash is now on cooldown. We'll see what the plan's going to be here, as it looks like. Quick pause comes out, gets unpaused pretty rapidly. Jug going to go back top lane, so he's not going to be that. Mask of Madness looks to be a Yasha next as his next big pickup. This is looking like a almost sure thing on the Manta style, just because of the Orchid pickup. You need some way to get out of that, and Manta's going to be the answer, I imagine. So the Die team to it's not just Bat getting a fast blink. Lion 4-0, 1400 gold. Has a Finger of Death, going to immediately smoke it with Demon. They're going to look to go for a lasso gank on the mid lane. And see what they can find here. This Dire Ward spotting out Sleazel. Finger of Death is going to be enough here. They're going to lasso him, Finger. Easy. Straightforward kill there. Didn't actually de-ward what either of these wards here, so they could see the Ancient Sack maybe get poached here, but not the best lineup until they get an Accept on the time to do so with. What is this going to be? A Vlad's Rush for your Naga Siren, looking to support the team with that aura. So we'll see what the next move is going to be. As far as Team Fire are concerned, they're the ones who have a kind of good stranglehold on this game here in the early game. Brax has got 1400 gold. You pick up an Orchid at 11 minutes in, and you're already looking towards your next kind of decent size item, and you're 13 minutes in now. You can pick up an Ulti Orb soon if you want to go for something like a Sight Device. Pick up the Ogre Club for BKB. Could see an Ag Scepter come out. Lion up to 1700 gold now. His Blink not far off, and Fluff has got that Relocate now. Looks like he may just be pairing up with the Lion. Heals him up a little bit, but no, he's going to look to team up once more with the Tiny. Whose Ag Scepter is in the works here. A bit of a slow Ag Scepter. As you can see, 4.8k net worth to the 7.8k of his teammate on the Queen of Pain. I mean, that doesn't really speak to Usher's play, but more the amount of space Brax has had to do well and kind of shine in this game. Had the safe lane farm against the Tide. Has really been put in a position to kind of thrive more than anything. And right now, Team Wheel haven't been able to use this Blink Ravage from the Tide too well. And that's the thing, you rush this Blink Dagger and Tide, you expect to get something done. That's where just going for the Arcane Boots, playing more kind of counter-initiation style with this. They're very much banking on the Tide being their main initiate, but Tide, Ravage, long cooldown, and just something that Fire are kind of aware of and fighting around. They've yet to present many good opportunities for this Tide to actually get a Blink Ravage off. They seem to look to bait Sleazel at the bottom lane, hoping that Batrider goes in with a lasso in. Batrider is down here. For now, Batrider alone. If he wants to go on this kill, he'd need a secondary hero here to TP in anyways. And possibly a Wisp relocate here. We'll see what Demon looks to do. It seems he's well aware of this, though. Everyone missing off the map. He's not taking the bait. He's letting the spot tier 2 tower just take damage. Sleazel's so aggressive. If you're this aggressive against a Batrider who has a Blink Lasso, it's because you've got backup behind you. And Demon seems well aware of that. Isn't going to push any further up. They're going to TP to the tier 3 now. That's Brax. Going to team up with Demon. And they may look to make a go in this one. They can bring in their whole team, but they do have to be wary of this Tide Blink Ravage. Something that, with Tide missing as he is, they're going to be knowledgeable of. It looks like Lion going to scout out some illusions off to the side, and will just mana drain himself a bit up. Get himself juiced up, ready to go, and the T2 tower takes a lot of damage there, but ultimately, Team Fire don't have to bring too many heroes down bottom, just the Lion and the Queen of Pain. They've got heroes farming elsewhere on the map. The Tiny looking to keep on his farm up. He's got his Ag Scepter and just 900 gold, and Cloth stuff ready with that relocate. The team will kind of scatter. We'll look at their next couple of items up, but they're already down by 3,000 plus gold, which puts them in a bit of an awkward position here, where they've kind of not done as well in the early game laning stages as they'd like. They have got some nice late game. You've got the Medusa, got the team fight provided to you by the Tide. Venge is going to amplify any physical damage you've got coming out as well for your Jug, your Medusa. And Jug is farming well, but nowhere near on the same levels as Queen of Pain. And now the secondary ganking tool for this dive side comes up. The Lion gets a Blink Dagger. A nice little pick up here. So these are going to take down the tier 1 mid tower, not something that Fire really feel equipped to deal with at this point. They're willing to kind of give up a tower hero there if they're getting farm elsewhere on the map, getting trades, and buying time for their life to come online. They don't want to go super... Well, I mean, I feel like they could probably go super late game, but ultimately they will be looking to fight into this Tide Ravage at some point, which is going to be around the time Queen of Pain... Oh, I thought this was going to be BKB with the Oak, but it looks like Brax can go for the Ag Scepter. I like the Axe. Gives you just that kind of more consistent online ultimate, so you can go for more solo kills, you can use it a little bit more freely, and also just some HP. All the stats you get from the Ag Scepter are pretty damn nice as well. Don't get the magic immunity, which is always fantastic against the Tide Ravage within the BKB, but an item which I think on Queen of Pain is becoming more and more of kind of like a necessary item, this Ag Scepter, with how strong the ultimate is now, being Okay, hello, hello, hello. Alright, sorry about that, guys. We're back. We had a technical flub. As Team Will secure themselves an Aegis. And they're actually going to look for a pickup here on Brax. He does get the blink out and is now looking to escape this Juggernaut. He's in hot pursuit. Orchid comes. There's a Mantis style and Sleazel. Not really going to secure that kill, even with the mobility of the Mask of Madness and face boost. So apologize, guys, for the problems going on, and we'll have things continue here as a decent team fight going Will's way as they secure Roshan, get an Aegis on their Jug, and Team Fire give away a bit of their lead there. And see it's kind of clawing back a bit to even here. Ash can announce to farm some of his stacks that he's kind of set up for himself. And this Lion going into enemy, deep in enemy territory, looking to find a pickoff of some kind potentially, but that's a Juggernaut with an Aegis. Good luck with that. He may just look to get down this ward here, somewhere offensively. And we'll see what Fire can look to do in the enemy jungle. Not really. I mean, I guess they've got this timing where Ravage is on cooldown. We'll see if they can get a quick tier 2 tower, because I don't think they want to get too much more. Jug's Omni Slash is back online. He's also got the one. He's the one holding the Aegis here. So at most you're getting this tier 2 bottom town. You want to get the hell out of here. Right now, Wheel not really in a good position to defend this one. They're going to sit back. Make sure they get their next couple of items up. Wait for the Medusa to keep getting her core items in. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. It looks like things are going to be just left alone here. Just the Tide rotating. He has got Blink Ravage available. And if they can not get this tier 2 tower fast enough. Okay, they see that someone thinks the Tide, and maybe just saying, hey, back off, dude. We don't need to go. Tiny now going to just farm out the enemy jungle. So it seems both teams just trading some farm around the map. As for the Radiant side, you've got some nice kind of big items coming your way, and you look at this kind of in a late game scenario where Tiny is not doing, I guess, as well as you'd like. I mean, I guess he's caught up for the most part with your Medusa and all that, but you've got two carries in the Medusa Jug against the kind of solo carry of the Tiny, although Queen of Pain has transitioned pretty nicely into a carry, but this is going to be an Ags BKB Orchid, playing that kind of primary nuking carry. We're not actually seeing right-click damage coming out of this Queen of Pain, as you sometimes do. Uh-oh. Blink in, Ravage in the mid lane here. They're going to catch out the IO as well as the Tiny here. Jug goes in, Omni Slash catches one, gets to the second. Lion gets sliced to pieces as well, and Ush can't walk into that Medusa. Going to go for the TP out, but no chance there. Stone Gaze and the Mystic Snake. Medusa gets that third kill. Wheel now find themselves in a really strong position. They're going to just push forward, and game one looking pretty damn good for Team Wheel. Tier 2 tower going to get sieged down. 1.5 minutes left on this Aegis, and they may just go high ground. Buyback is available on your line. There is no Ravage here, but they're going to look to get some good damage done. As Healing Ward going to heal off the Sonic Wave damage done, at least the heroes here. Sweep Wave is gone, but they're going to just focus down the tier 3 tower, and with Hero still dead here, not really an easy hold. 28 seconds left in the Sonic Wave, and that's where normally you think spam that Sonic Wave to defend, but suddenly your teammates are respawning and you've got no way to really defend. They're going to lose racks off this. Get the melee racks and get out. Looking for a pick off here. Lion going to miss the Impale, and ruh-roh. That was a costly fight there in the middle lane, leading into a Rax. This Titan now going to has his full stuff blink and starts building some of the pieces for his refresher orb. Has an Oblivion staff back at base, so if Tide's Ravages were kind of starting to win them some fights with just one Ravage. Once you get two Ravages online, that's where things get really worrisome for Team Fire. Team's having the better team fight at this point here. Brax, as well as he's doing on this Queen of Pain, needs that BKB ASAP to be able to team fight into Ravage. And still, we've yet to really see this Tiny truly come online, hasn't? In one of those heroes where you win one team fight and suddenly half your base is gone, so you've got to be so careful team fighting into this fella. Well, for Ush and Fluff, they better be very careful about what happens from here. I haven't seen too many of those kind of relocate saves in these bad fights, but Fluff is going to need a second to pause and kind of have Fire regroup. Right now, Sleazel's picked up a Basher. We'll be picking up that Abyssal Blade fairly soon. And you kind of look at this late game. You have a Tiny Quap versus a Jug Medusa. One of those things where I feel like you can't just... I mean, it's easy to say, like, oh, Jug Medusa, you've got 2 carries versus 1, but you kind of have to look at some of that supporting cast. But that's where I feel like if you do, going further into that, you have Venge, who's going to amplify the physical damage. You've got 2 Ravagers, in theory, in the late game. Nago, the Song of the Siren, to help reset or use as an initiation tool. So for Fire, it's going to come down to the Bat Rod initiations. Demon's going to be able to find a pickoff really quick with a Blink Lasso, Finger of Death probably used in tandem with that to help burst down someone like the Juggernaut. Ideally, Juggernaut's going to be on the front lines, but problem is, the other thing we'll have is this Venge, which is the immediate counter to the Bat Rider. So having that swap ready, ideally you want this at least level 2 as soon as possible on Derp Derp. So he still needs level and a half to get there. Aegis now expires, so I feel like we'll ultimately have the better late game. They have the tools to deal with the Bat Rider, they have the team fight with the Tide, and they have just kind of the slight carry advantage with the Jug plus Medusa. And that's where heroes like Queen of Pain will start to fall off to some extent. This Team Fire are going to be not looking to take team fights. When we'll kind of group up as 5, and even with before the refresher, I do not feel want to fight into that. They're going to be looking to farm around the map, waiting for a pick-off opportunity, waiting for a kind of mistake to be made in some ways, because their land finds itself right now in this kind of awkward position where they can't really too easily team fight. They can split farm. It's not the best pick-off potential for a wheel. If they're not using something like a Ravage, with a Blink Ravage to go for a kill, it's not the easiest for them to find a pick off on some of these more elusive heroes, like the Queen of Pain, BKB, Blink. Bat Rider has 4-star Blink of his own. You've got the Wisp, who's always going to be seen behind a Tiny when Tiny is pushing out a lane, so it's like Fluff going to be building a Vlad's here, one of those super value items with a Tiny because of his huge base damage. So percent bonus damage on a Tiny is ridiculously good. See what the next move for Fire is going to be, but right now it seems they somewhat don't have a... I mean, they don't have a move in the sense that they can't... It's not like, okay, let's go group up as 5, or let's go push, let's go smoke gank. I mean, they can... The one thing you can always kind of do is go for a smoke gank, but ultimately if Wheel is sticking together and playing in a slightly defensive nature, not kind of splitting the map to farm, Fire don't have any opportunities to go for easy pickoffs. Jug now picks up a BKB as well, so he's going to run right into this Tiny here. Going to be a bit careful. Tiny's got backup. Avalanche is going to hit. There's your Wave of Terror. And Sleazel, Blink, Ravage, catches all 3. Ursha's going to get sliced to pieces by the Omnislash. Nothing Fluff can do about that one. The swap forward from Avenge, and Wisp is going to look for a tethered TP. The Song going to cancel it, though. Fluff's going to get caught out as well. They cancel the Song, and they'll bring down the Wisp. No chance for a tether out as Demon. Okay. Kills off a Courier. And what is my Courier hotkey? There we go. BKB, Point Booster. So it's the Skadi and the BKB. That is a big Courier snipe because they just got 2 kills. They were maybe thinking, let's get another Rax here, but they lose their BKB, they lose their Skadi on Medusa for the next 2.5 minutes. Team Fire in game 1, not looking too hot here. And even with that Courier pickup, that's just such a small victory. That's just going to kind of delay the pressure and the push that's going to be coming from Team Will. Does get Demon some time to finish off his BKB on the Bat Rider. He's going to see what he can make out of this one, but even having BKBs at this point, Jug going to offer a lot of physical damage. Once that Abyssal Blade comes online as well, he's going to have a BKB as soon as he can fish it out from the dead Courier. And so for the Wisp Tiny, it's still looking like they... It's one of those things, like, you lose one bad team fight against the Wisp Tiny, suddenly, there goes a lane of Raxes. You lose another, there goes the game. Your throne's dead. So if you're a Wheel, you're still not going to be looking to rush things and try and take the fight to fire before you're ready, before you have either an Aegis secured or have your double Ravages, just because of the nature of the Wistani. Not to mention, playing against a hero like Batrider can become somewhat volatile as well. Lasso pickoffs can quickly turn a fight into a 5v4. Even with the defensive swap, the Blink Ravage, the Medusa Stone Gaze. If your opponents somehow end up with a vision advantage, it's not really any easy guarantees that that's going to work out too well. So it looks like for now it's going to be more slow-paced tempo for Team Wheel. 31 minutes in, and they've got themselves a pretty sizable lead. Up to 5,000 gold. Nothing crazy as far as 31 minutes is concerned, but it's more looking at how things will transition to the late game with Jug and Medusa as your two carries, with the Skadi Linken's Yasha on your Medusa, Jug with a BKB on the Courier, which is unfortunately dead, but we'll see what Fire can kind of scrounge together for themselves. Cleaner Pain at this point, very farm, but not really items that you think, great, Queen of Pain's going to match up great against Medusa and Jug because of these items. The Orchid gets easily handled by the Manta from Jug. And just the damage output of the Sonic Wave, it's nice and all. It's a big damage nuke. It's pure damage. Goes through Magic Immunity in the case of the Juggernaut or whatever, if he's BKB'd or Blade Fury. But ultimately, it's not going to be a game-winning amount of damage. Batrider going to go Fireflying past some illusions here. Can looking to scout things out. Relic at the tower, but no Blink available as it has already been used somewhat aggressively. This Team Fire going to try and take a T2 tower out with us pushing things down here. They know the Courier's dead, so they know there's no BKB. And even the Skadi, I think Demon maybe knowing what Iron's on the Courier, and they're saying, okay, let's try and take a fight before that Courier respawns. Or at least pressure at these towers. And right now, defending the T2 mid, not something they try and do. So it's a somewhat free tower for Team Fire. Another ball's going to come out. Team Fire, come on guys. Kale. Everyone needs to get some good... eat some good kale. That is definitely good for your health here. Derp, man. What's your problem, man? Don't be hating on it. Smoke up from Team Will. They're actually going before the Courier respawns. As a BKB gets picked up for your Tiny. This Tiny now starting to become a real legitimate threat. They're actually going to get into Roshan around when it's coming back up, and this should be a pretty easy fast pick off. If a turret gets used across the lane here, something that is a bit risky if it gets spotted, but that's going to kill Roshan so quickly at lane. Sleazel gets the Aegis, leaves a TP scroll in the pit, and it looks like maybe with that they try and really pressure forward. Great vision and map control right now for Team Will. I've got 4 wards around this kind of mid and bottom area around the Roshan pit. Allowed them to very safely secure that Roshan in. Team Fire in game 1 looking like things are not going too hot here for them. Wisp now picks up that Vlad's as well, so both teams kind of matching Vlad's with one another. Uh-oh. Got some more Kale. There's Team Will now going to push down this bottom lane. They've got all 5 there. Unfortunately, Brax's internet has shit the bed. Having some issues here. Team Fire, it's going to come down to this Tiny. Looking at the buyback stats as well. Tiny just used all his money. He's got no zero buybacks on Team Fire side. This is going to just be a clean, straightforward team fight victory. Or they're going to force TPs back, which is maybe what Demon as well as Brax are doing at the top lane. Wiz Tiny can come in. You bring down the tier 2 and then you pressure the base. Wiz Tiny will push incredibly fast. It seems that may be the plan of action here. The push coming down bottom. There's no tier 2 tower, unfortunately, for Team Fire. And this will be, well, a second melee react if they give it bottom lane. We'll see where the Wiz Tiny go. They're going to start TPing back now. Not going to make the decision to go for the top lane here. Something they could look to do here, but already high ground being sieged. Sleazel on the high ground with the Juggernaut. He's got BKB Aegis, a lot of defensive tools. That's just going to delay things with an Avalanche. As he goes forward, gets a couple cleaves off Sleazel. A bit of damage here, but he's got the healing ward up, and that's something that's not easy to deal with. Off to the side is your line. He gets a blink, he blinks right in. That's a big impale. Braxos has a Sonic Wave still available, holding on to it for now. Uses it finally. Vengeful Spirit taking a bit of damage here. The healing ward just still sitting there. Hasn't been dealt with. Full stuff. Ravage. Oh, fire. They just get torn to shreds here, it looks like, with Ush in the front lines. Has he got a buyback even off of this one? It looks like he's just managed to get the money from it after that kill, and he's going to get taken out by the Jug, who still has an Aegis buyback from your Tiny. As it looks like bottom lane of Rax going to be claimed here. Unless Fire's Usher's buyback can make something happen, but right now that is just not looking like it's going to amount to too much. Brax, no Sonic Wave, goes from the Panasoy on the Naga Siren. Looks like he'll get the one kill, but he'll pay for it with his life. Queen of Pain for a support Naga, not looking like an ideal trade here. Usher's getting slowed down by this Skadi. He tosses the Jug away, looks for an Avalanche here, wants a couple more right clicks, not going to lose their Rax here. Blink in, Sonic Wave, they get the tie. Relic will TP out, and Jug maybe not going to be so lucky here. Can they kill him? Can they kill him twice? Those are the two questions here. Sleazel, as a Mask of Madness doing, will he just turn and fight? Looks like he's going to be, well, mince meat here for the first life, and second life not looking too hot either. There's going to be an Impale waiting for him with Sleazel. We've got Monitoring, Finger of Death even available, not even going to need it. Fire hold. It's not over just yet. They lose their mid-range racks, they lose the tier 3 top bottom, take a bit of damage on the melee racks, but did cost them a buyback on Tiny, but ultimately it was a decent fight. Uh-oh, the enemy jungle, they found Drifter. That dire vision finds him a pick-off, and the kills continue for Team Fire. It is still Will with a full 5,000 gold lead, and more importantly, they've got the, they've got the Rax advantage. That's something which is going to be painful for them. They may be forcing out some buybacks here. Jug, 35 seconds here, and with high ground being sieged, there is a glyph here. They're going to look to defend this initially without using that Jug buyback, but we'll see if Tiny can look to force it here. Glyph available, got Medusa on the high ground, he can just stand there and look to Stone Gaze to victory. Demon went in looking for that lasso, but couldn't quite blink close enough. Now Ush once more on the high ground, Song of the Siren being used. This is where your Jug may look to buy back and initiate off of this. Nope, but they're just using it to delay. Buy time for the Jug respawn, and Fire. Oh, they go in. Naga Siren going to be the one getting lassoed here. There's your Sonic Wave, and Jug back in 5 seconds. Going to see a Stone Gaze come out. Ush BKB needs to turn. There's no Ravage available for 9 seconds, and looks like the plan is to just get the hell out of this one. Fluff may have to use a defensive relocate if he's not careful. Brax blinks to the high ground here. Lion, Impale on the ready, gets 2 with a nice Impale there. Has a blink out as well. 4 staff. Ooh, blink to the trees. Gets the second set of trees. He's got no TP though. Looks like he's going to be kept alive though. Not so much kept alive, but finds a little nook and cranny to keep himself alive. And Team Will not going as smoothly as they would have liked for as far as sealing the deal here in game 1 of this BO3. They were, this was their game. It still is their game. You got a Medusa who's got 5k gold in the bank. You got a Jug who just picked up an Abyssal Blade. Even has money for the buyback on top of this, so still feels like Will's game to lose. As Lion, whoa, probably was not the blink he was after there. Into the Medusa. Yeah, it's got no backup. He's going to go out and scout though. That is some aggressive, ballsy Lion play. What are you doing, Lion? What are you smoking? The blink into the creep wave. I thought he was like, okay, it's just on Medusa. He'll go to the trees. He'll TP out. Medusa can't cancel a TP. That's straightforward. And then he, I don't know. He had some kind of plan there, which was too next level for Wheel. Wheel was just like doing a simple, let's go bottom and pushes 5, and Lion's like blinking in like, here, take my life, take my life. Trying to be a bit too fancy perhaps here. So now I'm going to look to Caesar X for a second time. In goes Steamer with the blink lasso. It's going to be on jerked up on the Vengeful Spirit, so there's going to be no lasso to break it. The Sonic Wave goes through as well. Ush with the BKB, he's going to die during the sleep. Oh no. Jug gets 2 kills, the Bat as well as the Tiny, and that's going to be possibly game over. Lion gets one last blink Impale off, but bot lane is going down. Back in a buyback, but that Song of the Siren allowing them to focus fire the BKB heroes. It's specifically with the Omni Slash. Oh boy. Lion gets a nice 2-hero stun here, and he's going to catch some heroes on the retreat, but again, oh Lion. Sometimes even the best laid plans of mice and men do not go quite as planned here. Fluff and stuff, well, likely give away his own life here with this relocate back. And yep, he's going to go right into whatever here is. There's your Blink Ravage on 3. Second Ravage available as well. Impale catches out 4. Lion says, I've got a Ravage on my own, but he's got no follow-up damage. I'll lose the Lion. Gem gets dropped and Demon flying over the trees here. It's going to be GG. Game 1 going to go the way of Team Will. Very nicely played in the mid to late game. They fell behind a bit in the early game, but such was the nature of their lineup. The Queen of Pain and the safe lane farm. Brax did a great job in the early to mid game, but at some point, the hero just going to fell off a bit. And Team Wheel take game 1 off Team Fire. Probably the more established list of players when you look at Team Fire and what some of these players have accomplished, but Team Wheel, one of those kind of mixed teams who's been getting some good results lately, and they take game 1, so game 1 in the bag for Team Wheel. We'll see if they can continue things into game 2. It is a best of 3 series, guys, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, game 2 of this BO3 series in the Major All-Stars for the American Qualifier will continue. One spot available to go to Malaysia to compete for over $100,000 in prize money. We're going to see if either of these two teams has what it takes. Stay tuned.